Hi Vibrant Souls, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is Vibrant Soul Tarot and I'm super excited that you are joining me today. So today we're going to be looking at the person on your mind's intentions. What are they with you at the time that you're coming across this reading? So what do you need to know about them? What messages do you need to hear in regards to them? All of that sort of stuff. So if this sounds something like you're interested in or you were drawn to this reading, for whatever reason, there's most likely a message or messages in it for you. So thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and get into the pile selection so we can see what those messages are. So today we have these 3 piles to choose from. We're going to start right here with pile number 1. Pile number 1, we have the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck, and on top of that we have this Lepidolite heart. For pile number 2, we have the Prism Tarot deck, and on top of that we have this green Aventuring heart. And last but not least, pile number 3, we have the Zodiac Tarot deck, and we have this aura-coated Howlite heart. So please take your time in choosing your pile, if you need to, of course. You can pause the video here, take as much time as you need. As always, when you do have your pile selected, I will post the timestamps for each one in the description box below for your convenience. Now, normally in all the readings, I would say choose as many piles as you need, but when it comes to maybe questions like this, like what are their intentions, if you feel more drawn to one than the other, by all means check both of them out and you can see which one resonates with you the most, or you can use your discernment to feel like, you know, which one is more accurate for you. If that's something you feel like doing, I'm not going to stop you whatsoever. I'm not trying to. But if you feel like you're more drawn to one than the other, I would say to lessen any sort of confusion, just in case you get dual messages on their intentions, that could cause some confusion for people. So I would say try to stick to one for the most part if you feel like you can. Now, if you absolutely feel like you should check out multiple piles, but like I said, by all means do that. Just throwing that out there for you guys, okay? So you can do you can do whatever with that information as you want. You can completely disregard it and do whatever the hell you want at the end of the day too. So other than that, I think that's it. Oh, feel free to check the description box for any additional information. There's like channeled songs in there that are connected to each pile, each reading. You can check that out. If you're wondering the names of any of the decks that are being used, that will be in the description box too. Like I said, the timestamps are in there. If you have any questions for me, it may or may not be answered in there, so you can just skim it or check it out too. But other than that, if you see that you have a question and it's not answered in there, you can comment it and I'll try my best to get back to you in a timely manner, of course. And I think that's it, guys. So I can't wait to see you guys at the pile that you choose. I will see you there to see your person's intentions. Bye. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Lepidolite heart or the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck, you are at the right place. So today's reading is, what are their intentions with you, the person on your mind? Do they have any ulterior motives? What do they actually want from you and from this situation? Hopefully we will be getting that for you and offering you some clarity. So that's the goal. First things first though, as you can see, there is a little bit of pre-pulled cards here. I just want to briefly, not spend too much time on it, but I want to briefly just look at, this is going to be their overall energy towards you. And this is the overall energy of the connection. Now you can watch this, you can say watch this, or you can fast forward to the part of their intentions. It's really just up to you, but you can use this part here to make sure that when you are watching the reading on their intentions, that I'm actually talking about the person on your mind and the situation that you are currently in. And also you may get some information and some insights from it too, who knows. So I just wanted to let you know what we're doing here, so we can go ahead and start. First things first, I do want to set the intention though, and I want to invite Spirit in. So Spirit, if you could please tune me into my pile 1's collective energy and the collective messages. If you can please show me in pile 1 the person on their mind's true intentions for them. May this reading offer pile 1 clarity that they are seeking, or any messages that they are needing to hear at this time as well. Thank you very much, Spirit. Okay, so first things first, we're going to look at what is their overall energy towards you. The first card that we have is self-doubt. The next card that we have is I find you so beautiful. We also have the Two of Swords in reverse. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. The cards that came out for you in regards to the overall energy of your situation, we have Birth in reverse. We have I'm stringing you along. I have ulterior motives. We have the Devil. And we also have the Eight of Wands. Capricorn energy could be significant with the Devil here, but it definitely doesn't have to be. I would say we have a hell of a lot of air sign energy too. So we're going to start with their overall energy towards you. This is very, very confused. This is, I am searching for some sort of clarity. I really want some answers from you, pile one. I don't know what exactly to do. I feel so confused. And I do think a lot of this energy stems from this self-doubt. They're not quite sure what exactly they can do at this time. Like, they feel very limited, and I think that they may even get overwhelmed a bit when it comes to taking some sort of action here, or whatever the circumstances are between you and them. It kind of feels like you've gotten them kind of shook. And I think that with this self-doubt and this mirror, kind of like the shadow, I think they project a lot of things onto you and onto this situation. It kind of makes me think of this I'm stringing you along, I have ulterior motives, is tremendously it's indicative of the fact that they have a lot of trust issues. And I think that this connection has brought up a lot of trust issues and a lot of things to the surface. I would even say for both of you, I think both of you are trying to understand honestly what your guys' true intentions are. Are you seeing this clearly? Are they being honest with you? Were they being honest with you? If they weren't at some point in time, what's the reason? Like, is it them? Is it you? There's just seems to be, specifically from their energy too, a hell of a lot of confusion. The Ace of Swords in reverse is like, I'm looking for answers. It's like, the Ace of Swords upright is like, I have the clarity, I have the truth. This could also even be about wanting to communicate with you, because sometimes when the Ace of Swords comes out upright, that's kind of like a breakthrough in some sort of communication. Although I think that there's a lot of mental stimulation coming from this person, I also feel like there's a lot of avoidance of it at the same time coming from this person too. They're like, I don't know what to do, so I don't want to think about it. I don't think that I can even do this. They're probably doing this. They probably hate me. They probably don't want to talk to me. Like, all of that kind of stuff. Like, it doesn't even have to be those specific things, but that's what I mean by like this person's projecting a lot of things onto you. And at the same time with this I find you so beautiful, there's something about you and your energy that they just feel so intrigued by. I'm also hearing the Queen of Cups. So you could have like, quite literally, like this person could have a soft spot for you, and they still feel very drawn to you. They're very attracted to you. They just want to know the truth and what it's gonna be. And I'm hearing that they may even get overstimulated when it comes to the situation, which that's kind of random. But it kind of just feels like right now they're in a very insecure place and an insecure energy of trusting the flow of this connection, trusting their gut, trusting maybe even their desires and what they think this situation could be. It also could be stemming from fear. A lot of the time, self-doubt can be rooted in fear or rooted in things that past failures and things like that. And so it kind of just looks like when it comes to you in this situation, this person is just, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what to do. And they're like, this kind of sucks. They're like, I really want to figure this out. They're like, should I do something about this? Does pile one want to even speak to me? And they're like, I can't deal with this right now. Like, that's how it feels as I'm channeling this energy. Like, they're just like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. So I'm not going to do anything. I can't deal. Very interesting. Okay, and with the overall energy of the connection, the fact that we have the Devil here and the Eight of Wands, that's a hell of a lot of passion. That's feeling very strongly attached. You and this person may just feel like inexplicably drawn to each other. But also at the same time, with this, I'm stringing you along, I have ulterior motives. You guys are both like, wait, well, I don't know if I can trust this situation. I don't know. You're like, what's your deal here? What's the game here? Are you trying to play me? Are you trying to make a fool out of me? Do you want me to trust you and so you can go do whatever you want and then leave me hanging, or, you know, make me look stupid and stuff like that? Like, there's a lot of that kind of floating around in this energy as well. Now, I would say that birth in reverse could also indicate a want for like some sort of like new beginning or new start, or it could also be the potential that you and them seeing each other and seeing this situation, but it hasn't really gotten to where you want it to be. Like, when you think of a birth, it's something that's happened in the physical, right? Like, you've come out of that incubation stage, you've come out of that thought process, and now I'm talking about the connection, but you guys have come out of like the wants, the desires, and everything, all that energetic, and you've made it something physical, you've made it something tangible now, and now you guys are going to see where it goes. It may still be in that stage where nothing is quite happening yet. And so both of you guys are kind of wondering, well, I'm not hearing anything from them. They're not hearing anything from me. I thought that they wanted this. I feel this energy. I feel this very strong, like, physical pull for sure. Because the Devil energy can sometimes feel like too strong. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like I don't have control. Like, I can't get away from this. And mixed with the Eight of Wands, that's just like an energetic tug of war, probably for both of you guys. I feel it's very intense. I wouldn't doubt that this was a very intense, or is a very intense connection. It may even have brought up to your attention too, and this person's, certain attachment styles, whether that's anxious, avoidant, one of each, you know, depending on your situation. And it's like, you guys both just want this and you want to do something about this. Or if you're feeling like energetically, like, whether it's anxiety or just this strong pull or this strong passion, you guys want to do something to kind of alleviate this. And this could have to do with this action-oriented Eight of Wands, like trying to like move through this or do something about it. But it still feels like it's still up in the air. It feels a little stuck. And there's also this heavy doubts of like, well, is this person going to hurt me? You know, all the things we've been talking about. Like, what, it kind of makes sense. This with the, I'm stringing you along, I have ulterior motives for the connection, is very telltale of like, what is your intentions? Because right now I can't tell. And what you're giving me is not helping me alleviate any of this. Like, it's not giving you any sort of like reassurance right now. And so I can tell there's a little bit of frustration behind this too. And I think that that's actually coming on both ends. But I would say for this person, it may be that they need to address something specifically, whether that's with themselves, whether that's with you. I'm hearing that they need to show up in a specific energy that will allow you to open up and will allow you to feel safe or feel heard or even like understood. It's like they kind of need to get something together and figure it out, which kind of makes sense. We have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. This person has not figured it out, but yet they want answers. And this connection has felt very intense. The attraction, the pull, all of it. Maybe with this birth in reverse too, there's something here about you guys wanting to break free of this energy and just be able to express, start again, or open up in a way that feels right now. That feels safe, that feels secure. It's like you want to do it the right way. And I feel as though there's a lot of tension building in this energy here too. But no wonder you're here for, I would say, no wonder you're here for an intentions reading. Because you're like, what's your motives, dude? And they're like that too. But I feel as though there's something here when it comes to them about projections. Like, they're projecting their fears onto this situation, and you could also be doing that, of course, but you are more so like, I'm sensing this energy, and I need to know what it's actually going to be. Because I think for you, you're like, can I trust myself? And they're like, can I trust you? If that makes sense. Okay, I said we weren't going to spend too much time on here, so sorry, guys. Now we're going to shift right into what is their, I was going to say motives now. What is their intention? I want to keep it at the title of the reading there, though. Okay, so what is their intentions with you? Spirit, can you please offer pile one some clarity here? What is their intentions with them? And of course, if you're still here, then I would assume the other part had resonated for the most part. It is a general reading too, guys, so not every single detail has to resonate, but I would say for you, like, you know, an overall feelings of like, yeah, that's me. And that's my situation. That's how I feel about them. Whatever it is. Okay. What is their intention, Spirit? We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Artist. Wow, this is a specific one in this deck, too. We have the Ten of Wands. Clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. We have Death, and we have the Ace of Cups. Oh boy, this is already like... Okay, clarifying the Artist, we have the Seven of Cups. And clarifying the Ten of Wands, we have Temperance. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. I hate when the Seven of Swords comes out for an intentions reading, but also, we'll talk about it. Because I feel like this is the overall energy of them. So we'll talk about it. But I did want to use this oracle. What is their intention, Spirit? Challenges, make a decision, work on inner healing. We have health issues could arise. So whether or not this person has health issues, or this is like mental health, depending on your situation. But I think that I want to say with the challenges and the health issues that could arise, one of the things that stands out here is making a decision. We saw in their overall energy that something that they're not doing right now, that they're kind of avoiding, is making a specific decision. And we saw that it says work on inner healing. We saw that their projections and a lot of their self-doubt come from things that are stemming from probably things that they need to heal, right? Things coming to the surface. It is causing challenges. You can see somebody, it's like they're pushing that boulder up. That's kind of that Ten of Wands energy of climbing, you know, having a lot of things on, a lot of weight carrying with you. And now with the health too, I think that honestly they would like to make this connection or this situation more healthy. That's something that in their heart they would like, right? They don't want to be toxic. They don't want to be unhealthy, and they don't want to have all these issues. Now, when it comes to that actually happening, I don't know if they're aware of all of the things that it may take to do that, or at least bringing awareness to the thought patterns or the fears or anything that kind of comes up that stops that from happening. Because I'll tell you what, right now, with the Seven of Pentacles coming through, there's definitely an incomplete energy. And with the Death card and the Ace of Cups, it's so interesting because the Death card is like letting go. It's endings. It's quite literally something, you know, dying. And then the Ace of Cups is that new beautiful beginning here. I still feel like, and this is the annoying part, this is why I was getting like frustrated with their intentions with you. I still feel like they don't know. They don't exactly know what they want right now. And we can see that in their overall energy. It's clicking, it's making a lot of sense. With the Artist and the Seven of Cups, the artist being somebody who creates, right? They look at something and they're able to depict it, they're able to draw it and stuff like that. And with the Seven of Cups, I do say that when it comes to their imagination, they do have a lot of beautiful things in mind. And I think that they depict you in a beautiful light as well in their imagination, but the overall energy is like, I don't think that that's true though. I think that's just my fantasy. I think that's just my desires. I don't think I can trust that. They may even hide how they feel as well. Like the Seven of Swords is usually some sketchy energy, but I feel like that's them projecting that onto you once again. Underneath here, we literally have the Nine of Swords. That's fears. That's our doubts and stuff. This person gets a lot of anxiety when it comes to actually addressing some of these issues. This connection could have caused this person quite a lot of anxiety or just a lot of like anxious energy coming through. And I think it's because they find you so beautiful, like we said with the Artist, and that I just realized that's like quite literally the message card. They find you so beautiful in this situation to be something with a hell of a lot of potential, like we were seeing, but at the same time they're like, oof, I don't know if I can trust that. And with the fact that there's all of this overwhelming energy and all of these things that they're kind of bringing here, Temperance is kind of saying that it's going to have to take some time. They may even be able to handle this situation in small doses. I wouldn't be surprised if this person is a runner. I wouldn't be surprised if this person got overwhelmed and kind of ran away. And the Seven of Pentacles being the first card here when it comes to someone's intentions is like, they see that there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And this could also be them and their inner work. And right now they're like, it's like the images. I'm sorry, I got to show you guys. Okay, so it's like this person is standing over this and they're thinking right now, well, is this going to be what I want it to be? Do I put more effort in here? And then they have this like devil on their shoulder that's like, well, you could just give up. You could just walk away. You could just let go and never have to think about this again. And then they have this angel on their shoulder that's like, but yeah, there's feelings here. But they're like, but it could be something so beautiful. But like, I want to kind of see where it goes. And so I do think their intentions here, like they want something beautiful. They want to create something beautiful. But I don't think that they just trusted. I don't think that they're going to allow themselves at this time. Now, the Temperance could say in the future, things could definitely change. You know, they got to drop some of this weight. They got to relieve some of this and stuff like that. It could, you know, come into a balance and it could change in the future. But right now they have this like outlook of like, everyone's out to get me. I don't think I can trust this. And it could honestly cause you a hell of a lot of torment and a hell of a lot of stress as well. And so there could be a message for you to choose your own inner peace, to choose what makes you feel good, because the fact that this person's energy is so wonky, it's so wish-washy, it's so back and forth, I can't even imagine how that can be affecting you and how that makes you feel and how that could cause you to feel confused and how that can cause you to doubt yourself and how that can cause you to sit there and kind of in this anxious energy too. And I think that this person is triggering that due to their lack of consistency when it comes to what they believe to be true, what they know. You know, they're back and forth. And if it's making you feel the same way, or if it's causing you lots of stress as well, this could also be a message to not let another person, or at least try not to let another person get you out of your element like that. Because even in their intentions, they seem confused. And I don't think, although I think that they don't even realize how they could come off at times, but there's also, now I gotta be honest, okay. in this Seven of Cups, there's somebody who's wearing a mask here and they have their true selves. And in the Seven of Swords, there's somebody they're keeping things to themselves here too. And so maybe this person purposely doesn't let you know certain things, or they purposely don't let you know what's going on with them. And that may not be specifically out of like maliciousness. It may not be specifically like them trying to be evil or anything like that. It could be just them wanting to be a lack of, they're scared to be vulnerable is what I'm trying to say. But it does show that they're not showing up 100% authentic here anyways. And I think there's also a message here too, that this person doesn't really show up 100% authentically when it comes to themselves. They're not honest with themselves a lot of the time. They don't sit with themselves a lot of the time, figure out what they want. And so how the hell can they do that with you? That's going to reflect in their relationships. That's going to reflect in how it causes you to view the connection and to view them, right? If it's confusion, if it's doubt, if it's what the heck is going on, just know that a lot of the time is because that's what this person is giving you. And so instead of focusing on too much of like what their actual intentions are, like whether they want to love you or they want to hurt you or anything like that, it's more along the lines of like, what are they capable of giving you at this time? You know, it just feels very heavy, and it kind of feels like they need to take time and to do some inner healing and to do some work and stuff like that, because these challenges are just gonna keep coming up. And if it is affecting your mental health, your energy and things like that, that is just something to be aware of. So also check in with yourself when it comes to that too. But I think that right now they're kind of deciding still, like, and like I said, it's not about, I don't know if I said this, it's not really about you and like what the potential, whether that's lacking or anything like that within you. It's all coming from within. This person may also be aware that they need to show up in this connection, whether that's more committed, they need to show up authentically, they need to figure it out, they need to get their shit together and things like that. And that could be something that is challenging them, especially with the challenges here. I do think that this connection has challenged them to grow, has shown them a lot of things. But, and so when it comes to their intentions, they don't know if they can be that person right now. Okay, let's get some, I want to get like another channeled message just to see if we can get something else, or maybe anything in regards to what is their intentions. So what is their intentions with pile 1, Spirit? What can you tell us about their intentions with pile 1? I just can feel that there's an intensity when it comes to this energy that I'm channeling. And it's not, I'm gonna be honest too, it's not the most comfortable energy to sit in. Okay, what is their intention, Spirit, with pile 1? Oh, yep. I think you deserve better than me, and that makes me act crazy. And then at the bottom, we have, I'm insecure about the state of our relationship. And then now we have, darling, you are perfect. This says, I'm torn between you and someone else. It's coming in reverse with the love triangle thing. I'm getting that this is their old way of being, their old lifestyle. Like if they have to give up being like super independent, or the single life, or if that's just a comfort zone for them, like if they know that they have to level up and they have to like let go of their old ways and be committed, be vulnerable, all those things we were saying, that does fucking scare them. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry for cursing for some of you. Some of you guys don't like when I curse, but I think that actually shows the intensity of this connection. Anyways, but yeah, again, this darling, you are perfect. It emphasizes that there's nothing like that's wrong with you that's making them question this. In fact, it's like you are coming through as too good to be true. And it's made them question like their worthiness. It's brought out a lot of self-sabotaging things. It's brought out a lot of fears. It's brought out a lot of doubts. And you know, with that, darling, you are perfect. With this, I think you deserve better than me. This goes to show that that message before of like, I don't think I can be that person that you need me to be right now. You're challenging them to grow, but they're like very hesitant and they have a lot of things to get through. We can see that with the 10 of Wands and stuff. And I think that this energy too, I'm insecure about the state of our relationship. It may make them act out in like a self-sabotage way, whether that's run or act in like immature ways. And I think we're getting the gist of that when it comes to their overall energy. Sorry, I had to get my thought process. Yeah. And you know what's so crazy is I feel like it's very telling to this person's energy and the energy of the situation. Like, this is supposed to be like the clarity of their intentions. What is it? And like, what exactly do they want? And it kind of feels like, I'm sorry, Pio, when it kind of feels like we're leaving this just as confused as we started. Like, because they still don't know. They still don't know what the heck they want. They're really focused on how this situation is making them feel. And they're very like in this energy of like, I want to say selfishness, but not in a way that, again, that is purposely vindictive. They're like, this is making me feel uncomfortable. This is challenging me. I don't like this. It's kind of like this kind of squirmy type of energy. And so it kind of also feels like right now, all they're kind of seeing is how they feel and how it's affecting them. Whereas it would be nicer if they were more open to, okay, well, how is my actions? How does pile 1 feel? What's going on with them? I should be open and honest with them and reassure them so they can see where I'm coming from. And I think that's where this immaturity is kind of stemming from as well. So, yikes. And I don't mean to talk crap or anything like that. It's just the energy that I feel it channeling. It makes me feel like there's like anxiety here and there's stuff. And no wonder why they were like, the 2 of Swords and the Ace of Swords in reverse and the self-doubt, it's very much projected onto this energy too. So, and it's very intense. I can tell. I can see now why that the Devil card was in the overall energy of the connection, the 8 of Wands, and then also like, what's your motive here? It all starts making sense when I channel this energy and I see like what's happening with this person when it comes to their intentions and even this stuff. Okay. Let's get some advice for you. Spirit, what message do we have for pile 1 here? Oh, I thought they were going to go flying. I'm glad that stopped it. Okay, so we have teardrops, great personal sorrow. I'm hearing let it out. Any feelings that you've kind of been avoiding right now, and specifically from the heart chakra is what I'm feeling. Sit with it, ask it, let it out. It's gonna feel a lot better, and it may be a cry. It may just be like opening a bottle and letting these things out. And I feel like this is something that can help you just in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And it can also help you understand what's happening within you too. Where is this coming from? Why is this like this? Although there was a very important message of like, it's obviously mirroring because this person is like that, and so it could be mirroring and making you feel like that. There's things that need to be released, okay? And with this teardrops, I think of crying, and I think of like how you can feel so much better after crying, and I think of like how there's even scientific evidence of like it can relieve stress and things like that. So don't shy away from feeling how you feel. Like I said, the first thing I heard with this was let it out. Let it flow. Let it go. Don't be afraid to sit with those really dark fears, those really painful things. You're not going to stay in that forever. It needs to move, though. This energy needs to move through you. It's affecting your mental health, and it's also affecting your nervous system here too. So, and I just keep going like this with my hand because it's like I want to be like, let it flow, let it flow. You know what I'm saying? That's like the energy thing. Kind of makes me think of like Reiki. and like moving the energy, you know. We also have tree, affairs with your family, and we have wreath, sorrow over a loss. Oh, pile one, this may hurt. This energy, I mean, like this situation, it may really hurt. And like, I just want to give you a hug because of that. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to give you a little time. Like, I almost want to like parent you. And so this could be like a message as well of like being that inner parent to your inner child, or just to your inner self at this time, giving yourself what you need. Like, I just want to hug you, and I just want to hold you, and I want you to feel safe and comfortable, and I want to give you like a little snack, and I just want to give you like a little time, and I want to reassure you that, you know, whatever you're feeling is okay, and that, you know, if you need to take a little nappy nap, or you need to like, you know, sit it out for a little bit and move through it and stuff. And I also want to remind you that like, and I'm speaking as if I'm like you, like, you know, your parent. I want to remind you that like, I'm here for you too. And like, when you're ready, when you're done, you know, with all of this, like, I'll still be here and I'll still stand by you. And I think that that's something that your inner self is calling from you. That reassurance of like, okay, we can get through this, and just know that I'm still going to be here for you. Like, you can feel how you feel, and I'll sit with it. And, you know, and I'll sit here and I'll be quiet, you know, I'll just, hey, I'll back off, but just know that I'm always here for you. And it's just giving yourself that reassurance and that love that, you know, something within you is calling for. And these situations are not freaking easy whatsoever. They actually can be, I stopped mid-thought because I just started getting like this overwhelming feeling and this overwhelming emotion of like, it's not fair. It's not fair. And that's something that you can tell yourself too. Like, you don't deserve this. You didn't deserve to feel like this. Whatever is happening, you deserve, and you are worthy of things working out in your favor. And this isn't a reflection of that whatsoever. And this also isn't a form of punishment whatsoever. And with the tree here, with the affairs with your family, there could be some deep ancestral wounds that are coming to the surface here as well. Like, you could be doing some deep rooted healing. And again, it's not your fault, and it's not all your responsibility and on your shoulders either. You can also call for your ancestors too, or try to lean on any family that you may have at this time, or just any support. And even if that is like the support from yourself, like I said, I was channeling and I kept getting this overwhelming like want to just like parent you, to nurture you, and to remind you that, you know, it's okay. Everything is okay to feel the way that you feel, and to give yourself the times, to give yourself the things that you need in this energy, because you're allowed, even if you feel like it's not justified, like even if you feel like your mind may try to convince you that, oh, you shouldn't feel this way, or like maybe you and so were only talking like this, or maybe it was, the situation was like this. I feel like there's a message here of not invalidating your feelings, or not trying to overthink it, and just allowing yourself to process, because there's something here that's deeper than just the surface level of this connection. This is your healing. This is like things that have been probably lying dormant within you for a long time. And so I want to remind you too that, you know, with the rain comes sunshine after, and you're safe to walk through the underworld is the message that I'm getting with that. And what I mean by that is that you will always come up, and you will come back stronger and better. And so you can trust yourself to go to that depth. You can trust yourself to lean into that, to allow it to kind of flow through you, to work through you, because you will always come back to yourself. And that's that inner parent. I'm picturing somebody quite literally like guiding you with their hand out, and when the time is right, and this is your higher self, when the time is right, they have their hand out for you, and they're going to say, come on, okay? And the journey continues as well, but you need to let it out. You need to feel how you feel. You like have a big cry, sit with it, journal with it. That's the main energy of your advice right here, is to feel it. And I know that sounds so counterintuitive, and that sounds like something that we don't want to do. And I'm the same exact way. And then sometimes I do feel like that. Like sometimes I'm like, you know what? I get fed up with avoiding certain feelings, and I like get this like overwhelming sense of like, I want to feel it, and it's like the worst of it and stuff. And I think that that's my inner self to say enough is enough. We got to get through this. And sometimes you have to walk through the fire, and I just want you to know that Spirit's here with you. And just give yourself that love that we always feel like we need. Because there is something that's very healing with this energy. And I think one of the most important things too, I know I'm starting to repeat myself, but one of the most important things too is you can kind of, is to validate. That's what I'm meaning to say, is to validate your feelings. Doesn't matter what the reason is, doesn't matter where it's stemming from. None of that matters. You feel how you feel, and that's it. And you can be angry at this other person too if you want, but you can also, you know, you can also do it in a healthy way. You don't have to like go and cuss them out. Like, you can just feel it. You can just be like angry, whatever the feelings are. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's anger, sadness, anything really. Allow yourself to feel it. And you're going to overcome it. Sending you lots of virtual hugs, energetic hugs, sending you lots of love, and forehead kisses for my little angels. You guys are going to feel better. Take care of yourself. You're a hell of a lot stronger than sometimes it may seem. And I think we all need that reminder as well. You're a literal warrior. And nothing's going to keep you down for too long whatsoever. And you're going to rise up better than ever. Oh, also, sorry, I'm burping because it's time to go. Excuse me. Also, when the time is right, focus on your goals. Focus on your aspirations. There's something here about converting this energy into something of gold that is going to help you in your current situation. So create whatever it is. If you have goals, work, creations, manifestations, channeling that energy when you feel when you feel it's right is going to help you tremendously. It's actually going to boost you in ways too. For some of you, this is a very specific message. So if you're still here and this resonates, it's definitely meant for you. For some of you, there's something about music too coming through, whether that's songwriting or just channeling any of this energy into something creative is going to help your creations like tremendously. So keep that in mind as well. But other than that, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next reading, hopefully. Thank you for being here. Thank you to those who like the videos, who comment, who subscribe, and just anything that supports the channel. Really, I'm so grateful for every single one of you. And maybe I'll see you guys in the next one. Maybe I'll see you guys in a past one, because all my tarot content on my page is timeless. Feel free to check it out if you'd like. But either way, I'll just see you guys there. I can't wait. Bye. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Green Adventuring Heart, or if you chose the Prism Tarot deck, you found the right place. Oh, okay. I just had to check to make sure we were recording. Best do it now than like 30 minutes later find out that none of that was on camera. That would freaking suck. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. So today we are going to be looking at the person on your mind's true intentions with you. Now, as you can see, there are a couple piles of some pre-pulled cards. We're going to briefly just look at a couple things first. First thing I want to look at on this side is we're going to be looking at this person's overall energy towards you at the time that you're coming across this reading. The next one is going to be the overall energy of the connection right now, okay? So this could be a chance for you to either get some insights into this and also to see that this is your situation that we're talking about. This is the part that should resonate. It is a general reading too, so not every single detail needs to resonate, but enough of it needs to resonate, or the overall energy for you needs to resonate to where you recognize, okay, I feel like that's my situation. I feel like you're talking about what's going on between me and them, okay, for the most part. If that isn't happening, feel free to pick another pile. And then also it gives you some reassurance too in the next part when we're looking at their intentions. So you know that we're talking about the person that you are wondering about, okay? If you don't feel like watching this part and you want to just skip towards the part of their intentions, intentions, that's fine too. It's really not that big of a deal. You can do whatever you want to do. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it up to you. I want to go ahead and begin though, because I want to not spend too much part on this. I want to get to, you know, what you came here for. So hopefully that does happen. I'm pretty sure I did say that in pile 1 though, and I think it went on a lot longer than I planned. So hey, don't shoot the messenger if the messages are flowing, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. I just want to set the intention, and I want to invite Spirit into your reading. So Spirit, if you could please tune me in to my pile 2's collective energy. If you can please show me in pile 2 this person on their mind's true intentions for them. If you can show us their overall energy towards them and the energy of the connection, please. And thank you, Spirit. May this reading offer pile 2 the clarity that they are seeking, or any messages that they are needing to hear in regards to this person or this situation. As always, thank you very much, Spirit. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to start here. This is their overall energy towards you. So the first card that they're coming through as is the Chariot in reverse. We also have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Chariot card also represents the zodiac sign of Cancer, so that could be significant for some of you, although it does not have to be. The next card we have is Spirit. And we have, I'm so frustrated. I can't understand why we can't be together right now. I can definitely see some frustration in the tarot, especially with the Chariot in reverse. It kind of feels like there's an energy of like wanting to move forward, but there's also an energy of like holding back at the same time. Now, I do think Spirit's kind of coming through in here to say that there is a spiritual purpose. This almost reminds me for some reason of the High Priestess, although it's not that related to the High Priestess card, but it's kind of making me think of like there's a spiritual reason for something. And also it kind of does feel like there is some influence within this person's energy from Spirit too. So Spirit may be trying to get them to see things, to notice things, maybe even to find out the reasonings of what is happening, how this person is feeling. It's like Spirit has something with this person right now that they're trying to get them to see, get them to feel, get them to understand. Of course, there's probably a spiritual connection here, and there's obviously probably some spiritual growth and things like that, but I just feel like Spirit's coming through to say like, I'm trying to influence this person, there's something working here, okay? And it's probably in the higher perspective of Spirit, so where it is coming through as like a misunderstanding or something that you're not able to quite see right now. And that could also be from them too, like they're not quite understanding what's going on right now, and so the Spirit card is coming through to say like, yeah, it's probably for a reason. There's things that you're not able to see, understand, because it's in Spirit's hands, or it's like it will be revealed, it'll make sense later, you know, that kind of thing. Spirit works in mysterious ways, so to speak. Okay, so I want to show these ones, but then we'll go back and talk about this a little bit more. So the overall energy that's coming through for you in the connection is the 8 of Swords in reverse and the 5 of Cups in reverse. We also have Move On. And I'm going to propose to you. I want to marry you. Wow. You know what's interesting is this card right here. I'm going to propose to you. I want to marry you. I think that there's a lot of, especially in the overall energy of the connection, there's a lot of like potential that you guys saw in each other and in this connection. And obviously you guys probably wanted it to lead to something more serious, right? You wanted it to lead to marriage. You were like, okay, this is what I wanted. This is what I thought. And I think that even in this person's energy with the Ace of Pentacles coming in reverse, it feels like a missed opportunity. It feels like a squandered opportunity. It feels like they're wondering, will I get this opportunity again? Did I mess it up? And I can kind of see that in both the energy of the connection and this. Like with the 8 of Swords, it kind of feels like with this Move On, especially with the hand reaching, like there's like a hand coming out of the clouds and reaching. There's something here that is still... That this connection is like from both of you guys is kind of still wanting a little bit, but it also feels like there's nothing right now that you can do about it. And so it may be the only thing that feels right, or the only thing that you and them both feel at this time is like to kind of just move on. You're like, there's nothing I can really do about it right now. Or even if you can, you're like, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I'm seeing this situation clearly. Maybe because there is a little bit of space between you and them right now, you guys are both starting to see something clearly. And with the move on, you're like, is that all that's left for me to do? And with the 5 of Cups, and it's even coming through as loss here too. I think that there's, and the fact that it's in reverse, specifically with this, I'm going to propose you, want to marry you. There's a lot of, I just feel like there's a lot of energy of like not wanting to let go in this connection. Like, I don't want to accept this. Like, I understand that this is probably what it is right now. And you're like, maybe you and this person have both told yourselves mentally, like, okay, just move on and stuff like that. But there's something in the heart that's like, I just don't want to accept that. There's also some unresolved feelings here between you and them in this connection. This could be words left unsaid. This could be things wanting to address. And maybe you and them just, at the end of the day, you're trying to accept what's best, but you guys just both really want to make it work at the same time. Or there's just an urge or a desire to want to make it work. Like, I don't want it to be this way. I wanted it to be this way. But now look at, now I gotta be this way, you know? I think those are like all the things that are coming through here. But with the 8 of Swords coming in reverse, this is kind of like, maybe I'm starting to see things a little bit clearer. I think that there's also some questions about, was it my fault? Whose fault was it? Did I do it? Did they do it? You know, even though like the actions or like things that had happened could clarify that, it's still kind of like, well, was it something that I said? Was it something that I did? And also, I think that there's a little bit of a desire to kind of put everything to the side and take back control of this connection. Should I do something about this? Should I just let it go? Whether that's coming from both ends, or just this person, or maybe even just you. I just heard it a hard pill to swallow too. Either way, in this person's energy and the energy of the connection, there's this tremendous amount of potential that seems to be not taken advantage of, or like I said, a missed opportunity, or squandering this as well. And I think that with the Chariot in reverse here too, there's a lot of energy that's been pent up of like wanting to do something, but yet this person is still kind of holding back. And I just want to go back to that original message that this person's intentions may seem very misunderstood. They may not even understand them at the same time too, but there's something here that Spirit's saying that there's a reason for this. And so because of all of this, you know, in the connection, it just may feel like right now the best thing to do is to move on, because it's too hard to like sit and wait. It's too hard to hold on to this, especially if things aren't happening in the physical, or you're not seeing what, you're not feeling like you're getting what you need. And then at the same time, there's just this like, well, this is what it could have been. And is it still going to be? I still can't help but to think that there is still a bit of hope here. And maybe for some of you, the 5 of Cups in reverse is like healing, feeling a little bit better about this situation at times as well. And it may teeter back and forth. But now it kind of feels like there's this realization of like, okay, I can't stay in this energy forever. I can't be in this energy forever. Now it's time to kind of muster up whatever strength that I have and keep it moving, keep it pushing. But I'm still wanting to stay open and receptive to any other information that I may receive, right? Like, because there's still something that feels unfinished, even though we have this move on energy. There's still something that feels like it's not quite done. Interesting. Anything else about their overall energy before we move on, Spirit? No? Okay. Okay. I want to move on. So that, hopefully that resonated to some extent for some of you. I do think with the Chariot in reverse, this person is still, is in an energy of holding back. But then we can also see with them so frustrated, it just feels like their intentions or why they do the things that they do or did the things that they did is still very unclear, if that makes sense. And so I'm interested in actually to see the intentions part of this. Okay, we're going to go back to that later. Just wanted to get it ready. So Spirit, what is this person's intentions when it comes to my pile 2? What is going on here? What is their intentions at this time with pile 2? And what does pile 2 need to know about it? What is their intention? Oopsies. We have the 3 of Wands. Okay. I did take a little peek at the bottom, but I want to see what comes out. Like, okay, like that. Which I think that was one of the cards too. Oh no, that was at the bottom of the deck. So we have the 3 of Wands, we have the 3 of Swords. And the 4 of Cups. Clarifying the 3 of Wands here. We have the Page of Cups and we have the 5 of Swords. Clarifying the 3 of Swords here. What is their intentions? We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And clarifying the 4 of Cups. We have the Star. Bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Wands. Wow. Oh, you know what? I have another deck that I was going to pull up too really fast. I'm going to set that right there. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. It's like, maybe not. It's gone. What is their intentions here, Spirit, with pile 2? We have water signs, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and we also have sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out, and love spell. Kind of feels like their feelings getting entangled here with their desire. Bottom of the deck, we have love spell. It says you've been bewitched. This person is feeling a lot of things when it comes to this situation. Now, I do think their intentions with the bottom of the deck being the 8 of Wands, one of the things in their heart that they want to do is they want to take some sort of action here for you, and they want to address something. I think that they kind of want to put things to the side and allow the things to the side could be their pride, and whether that's a specific conversation or allow healing to happen with the Ace of Swords in reverse. I mean, it is the card that says rebirth here, but the fact that it's coming through this way with the 3 of Swords, I do think that there is their own... Let me explain this in a way that sounds a lot easier because I just got redirected, okay? Specifically with this, it'll make more sense this way. Basically, in their heart, they want this action. They want a rebirth here, or a new beginning, or whatever you want to call it. That's something that is in their heart for you and for this situation, like in their intention. So that I want to start off by saying that in their head, or it could even be the energy surrounding or this healing that's going on here. There's a lot of contemplation that is coming through as blockages. Now, I think that one of the things that they want to do is address this situation. I think that they would be willing to open that chapter, but there's also something that's very hesitant because they're like, that's very painful to me. We literally have, you know, it says heartbreak, the 3 of Swords and stuff. And so when it comes to fully opening their heart to this situation right now, they're not sure if they're quite able to do that. And that could also be why there's that energy, that was their energy of like holding back, right? It makes me feel as though the 3 of Wands, we even have a boot in this with the 8 of Wands, because that is about taking that next action. The Page of Cups and the 5 of Swords, this could be like inner child wounds and also clouded thinking, you know, of like feeling like I'm not sure if that's possible, because they're still going through a lot of emotions right now when it comes to this. But don't get me wrong, I love that the 4 of Cups in this energy is, I mean, in this deck is contemplation, because a lot of the times the 4 of Cups can be avoidance, but I think that's for a reason, because the Star being rejuvenation, the Star being that hopeful energy, opening that chapter again, opening that book, it is something that they're contemplating, right? But they have all of this hesitation, they have all of these things that they are like needing to work through, and they're wondering if they can open up again. And so I would say that in time you will definitely have their answer, and I would say that their intentions are pure. I think they're very guarded, and I think they're very unsure. It's not like they're being mischievous on purpose, or they're trying to be evil, or they have ulterior motives. They're really trying to figure out what is best for them, what is the safest option for them, or what is it that they're, or if they should do what their heart truly wants and their heart truly desires, if you get what I'm saying. So I can see why the messages were like this person's intentions at first were very unclear. And I can also see why that spirit was kind of saying that there's something here that this person's intentions keep coming off as very misunderstood, because in their heart, they want this. And it's a very sad energy that I'm actually channeling too. It almost makes me feel like I'm going to get a little emotional, because there is these feelings and this want to move through this, but there's also this, well, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I should. And I think Spirit's saying that the waiting energy for them, or that holding back energy for them, is actually doing something in terms of their healing and on their journey as well. But it's hard to see that through the lens of how you're feeling and what's going on with you, if that makes sense. So I can definitely see why there's something here very misunderstood. Now, we can see that this person has feelings for you, and they are quite intense as well. But the difference is, okay, so this has nothing to do with your reading, but I just like to show the difference sometimes, because you can tell by the contrast. So I'm going to bring up pile 1 for an example. Pile 1, the energy was so intense as I was channeling. There was a lot of fear. There was a lot of anxieties. There was just a lot of like confusion, right? And when it comes to this energy, the difference is that there's a lot of feelings, but it's raw emotion. You know what I'm saying? And yes, there are fears, and I'm sure this person has anxieties and reservations. Of course, that always comes, especially when you have the 5 of Swords and things like that, and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just the difference between this is it feels a lot more authentic. And that's how I know this person's intentions aren't bad. They're just very misunderstood. Now, don't get me wrong. The 5 of Swords and the Page of Cups sometimes can be a little bit of petty energy. That could be very prideful, or maybe a little immature at times too. And so they may come off as that. And they may have shown actions for that here too. But with the 3 of Wands, I think that there's an energy of looking beyond that and kind of looking at the bigger picture here. So this person is in deep contemplation about this situation. And yeah, it's not that they're not feeling this. It's just there's something happening and stirring underneath the surface within this person that I think is going to eventually come through, whether that's in the action, like taking the action, addressing certain things. But Spirit says they're working through a lot of feelings right now, a lot of things that are coming up that they're working through and healing. So makes sense on why there's someone still figuring themselves out. They have things that they do need to kind of work out within themselves, feel, address, and stuff like that. But Spirit also wants you to know that you are on their heart heavy. They just may feel like not know when the time is right. Oh, look, we have choices in reverse under here too. So I think that they really are contemplating taking the action towards you and stuff. It's just whenever they decide, or whatever they decide, really. Okay. Oh, shoot, I almost dropped this whole thing. Okay, let's get another. Spirit, what can you tell us about this person's intentions towards pile 2? Uh-oh. So we have, I know that I messed up, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make things right. Yeah, this person has like this inner drive, or this motivation to like really push through any of the bullshit and try to like mend things here with you. Okay, so this makes sense too. So we have, you can see right through me and I hate it. Now, this one is going to be interesting because it kind of makes sense on like this person's pull towards you. Because these are very conflicting. It says, I don't want to move on from you, but I don't want to change my ways either. Now this one says, right, I know that I messed up, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it right. This is that energy of like them feeling this, addressing this, and growing. And so I kind of feel like there's temptation here, and I kind of feel like this person does get pulled in both ways. Like kind of, it's easier to stay in the state of being on like how you've always been, right? It's easier to stay the same. It's harder to grow, but you've motivated this person to try to see beyond the old ways, to try to step out of that comfort zone and to try to grow. Now, Spirit is saying that they're not quite there yet, right? But their intentions are wanting to be better. Their intentions are wanting to do better. But that doesn't mean that that's the golden ticket and now everything's going to be okay and they will. You know what I'm saying? There's obviously a lot of other things beneath the surface to address with that as well. This person could be working through their own guilt, and also they could be working through their own sense of forgiveness when it comes to themselves, the past versions of themselves. They may feel as though they've made a mistake. They may feel as though it's all their fault. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, they may also feel guilty for like projecting things onto you, or treating you in ways, or making you question things and stuff like that too. And so I think that right now this person is in the process of deep transformation and deep change. And it just makes so much sense on why Spirit was coming through in their energy to kind of say like, there's a reason for this. And they kind of have no choice right now but to kind of surrender and to release control of like their ego mind, and to it's do or die is what it kind of feels like with this person, in the sense of their own growth when it comes to this situation. Interesting. Kind of want to get, for you, I kind of want to get one more message. Is there any other messages, Spirit, about this person's intentions? Oh, I have mommy and daddy issues. Okay. So they're, yeah, definitely working through and healing issues in that sense as well. That kind of makes sense in the overall energy of the connection, with the 5 of Cups being like lost and stuff. And but it also coming in reverse of like, there's a lot to kind of face with that. And I think it's many different types of emotions. And it could also be just the different stages of grief as well. I just heard this person say, like, I know I'm not perfect. So that could be for some of you too. Like if this person was kind of avoiding taking any accountability for certain things that have been said, done, their actions, they're coming through right now to say like, I know that obviously, like, it's like they know in that sense, even if they were maybe at one point in time trying to act clueless, they know. And I just heard, and they're working on it. And now that I'm looking at this and I'm seeing it differently too, it's like, I know, okay, I know that I messed up, but I'm willing to do whatever to make things right. This was the first one that came out. So this is kind of like the overall energy. And this one is like, they're almost recognizing at this point in time that it is going to take a lot of change. It is going to take a lot of effort and a lot of work for them to change. And there could be just resistance in that altogether, which, like I said, that is something that is kind of natural. It's easy to stay the same, especially like if you have like inner child healing and things like that, of like self-sabotage and stuff. Sometimes we subconsciously choose the chaos because that's what feels safe to us. So this person's upbringing could have affected them, and this situation is helping them heal on that level in tremendous ways. And so sometimes we choose that chaos or that sabotage because we don't even realize that that's what is safer to us than choosing to rise above, or choosing the change, or choosing the growth. And right now this person is in that process here. Wow. So yeah, I would say their intentions here are definitely like wanting to make it right. They are coming from the heart, but there's still things that need to be addressed within them, still things that need to be worked through. And it's like what they want is pure, but they may need to, obviously they got their own issues to work through at this point, because I feel like this connection has almost like brought a mirror to them and to made them realize a lot of things that they need to see, like just yeah, like a mirror, like reflection. Look at this. Look at what you're doing, look at what you did, you know, where is this coming from? And it just makes sense. Again, I know I said this a million times, but why spirit was coming through in there, because I felt like not necessarily spirit was being like cheeky, but I was like, this isn't a message of like their energy towards you. I'm like, this is spirit coming through to say things are happening with this person on a spiritual sense, like things are happening from a higher perspective that like you're not able to see or you're not able to understand. And so that's why their motives get very misunderstood, because you may feel like they don't give a shit, or you may feel like they messed up and they're not taking accountability and things like that. And this energy shows the opposite. But also, and you may be like, well, why aren't they doing anything about it? Or why don't they say this? And those feelings are 100% valid. Don't get me wrong, because you would need that, right? But there's also like reasons for that are unseen. Okay. I want to move and get some advice for you now. What message do we need for pile 2 in regards to the situation? What does pile 2 need to hear? Any advice, spirit, for pile 2? I'm hearing that you kind of know, already. Like, you know a lot already. Like, I almost feel like there's nothing I could tell you that you don't already know, or like anything like that. It's kind of just now up to you to just do what you feel is best for you, which I don't think I've ever gotten that message before as the advice. Okay. We have a key, successful outcome to your problems. We have a dragon, beware of self-delusion. And we have the tulip, great passion. Bottom of the deck, we have pay attention to your finances, and the gavel underneath with involvement with the law. This always makes me think of like karmic law for some reason. Like, you know, there's kind of things that are going to happen the way that they're meant to happen. And I think you're aware of that as well too. I feel like regardless of what you're going through, Spirit's saying that there is going to be a successful solution. It may not look the way that you had it planned, or it may, who knows. But there's always something of substance, and with the key here, there's something very important. Usually when the key comes up in any way, it's like, okay, there's something very important to look at. This is something, a key and a tool for you to use in your healing from now and forth, right? But I love that it says that there's a successful outcome to your problem. So just know that solutions will be presented to you when they're meant to, okay? And to kind of sit back in that kind of faith and trust that everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. It's going to work out for your greater good regardless. And with the dragon, be aware of self-delusion. This is basically like, don't give your power away, and don't let other people make you confuse your self-worth with anything less. There's something here of you knowing exactly like who you are and what you offer, what you bring to the table, and what you do. And so it can be really easy to question yourself, especially if the outer circumstances are giving you that like to kind of feed off of. So go back within and find that inner dragon, that inner power. You know, if you're somebody who is quite woo-woo and you like to work with different spirits in that sense, dragon spirits are great for self-confidence and even finding solutions as well. There's a lot of power in the dragon energy for sure. And so I think that this is about you and your own power. And I think that that comes from, I'm hearing an unwavering strength and resilience that you know you have already. And I just heard, stop making people question or stop allowing people to make you question yourself and question your worth and even question your sanity. You know a lot more than you think sometimes. And it's time to recognize that. Like right now, like the dragons are like right now. There's no time better than the present to recognize that. Allowing yourself to overcome any of the obstacles that are in your way. Yeah. I feel like your passion is such a gift as well, because I'm looking at this tulip and this great passion and things like that. Like, and also with the tulip, you know, they're very delicate, right? They're flowers and things like that. But I think that it's like, as long as you're expressing yourself authentically in every connection, every relationship, your pursuits, your job, everything like that, like you will be rewarded eventually. And I think that Spirit really wants you to follow your passions at this time. And there's also a message too, to not get passion confused with love. There is a sense of like excitement a lot of the time. And the passion can fuel a lot of things. But when it comes down to what you're actually looking for in a relationship and what you're actually looking for in a partner, there's a lot of other things to contemplate as well, right? Like, you know, passion is great and it's fun and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you know, you choosing a partner for yourself is somebody that you're going to have by your side through the loss of family, through hardships, through, you know, everything, you know, that life can throw at you. You want somebody who's going to be strong and by your side and helping you and guiding you. And so that's just something to think about as well and to contemplate, because when the passion dies, you know, you still want somebody by your side that's going to treat you the way that you want to be treated and the way that you deserve. And you do deserve that. And that is possible for you as well too. And so just keeping that in mind, or just maybe in the back of your mind, or having that as an idea or something, just feels like it could be helpful to you and to see something clearly. Because sometimes passion can make us a little delusional, you know, and I'm super guilty of that as well. Sometimes it can make us a little crazy. Especially like the love spell energy, like love and that kind of overwhelming sense can make us a little crazy, can it not? I'm so I've been a victim of that before too. But you live and you learn, right? You see through it. It's all working out for you. If you need something to focus on, Spirit's like, hey, focus on your money. Use that energy and that passion to get that bag, to get that money up. Whether you have creative passions, you know, that you're working on right now, or you have things just that you need to look at, that you need to address. Don't avoid any of those things too, because make sure that you're giving your energy to all aspects as well, and not just focusing or having tunnel vision on one thing, one situation like that. You're nurturing all the parts of your life, because remember, it is your life, right? And it's you want good things for yourself. I want good things for you. Spirit wants good things for you. Just make sure you're taking care. Whether that's taking care of yourself, like it says, your finances, and stuff like that. And also, this purse could also be like a metaphor as well for like the things that you have, the things that you hold dear, and protecting those resources as well. So if you feel like you need to tie up your purse or protect your resources, and to say, hey, don't stick your hands in here, this is mine right now, you know what I'm saying, as like metaphorically or like energetically, don't be afraid to do that too, okay? So I just heard only time will tell too. So give yourself patience and grace and time to see things through, to see what's going to happen, okay? All right, I'm going to leave that here, though. Thank you so much, guys, for staying. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Thank you so much for you guys being so strong and to be able to, you know, get through situations like this. I know that they're not always the easiest, and I commend you for your strength and, you know, and all of that. I just want to send you guys so much love and appreciation, and also appreciation for those who like the videos, who comment, who are subscribed, who just support the channel in any way. Super, super appreciative, and I'm always so grateful for every single one of you. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next reading, or maybe some of the timeless tarot content I already have posted. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. Feel free to comment, just whatever you guys want to do. I appreciate it all. So hopefully I'll see you guys there then. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Aura-coded Howlite Heart, that's always such a mouthful to say, or if you chose the Zodiac Tarot, you're at the right place. So today we're looking at your person's intentions with you. What are they? What do you need to know about them? Are there any ulterior motives? Are they coming from the heart? Is it coming from greed or like ego? We'll see. But first things first, as you can see, there is 2 piles of pre-pulled cards here, and hopefully this is going to be very brief and short before we get into their intentions. But this pile is going to represent their overall energy towards you, and this pile is going to represent the overall energy of the connection. So we're just going to be getting a little bit of info, insights, and hopefully you will resonate with this part too, so you'll know that we're talking about the person that you're asking about when it comes to their intentions. So if you don't want to watch this part though, and you just want to fast forward to what their intentions are, you're more than welcome to do that too. It's really up to you. This is here for you as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. First things first though, I just want to set the intention for the reading, and I want to invite Spirit in. So Spirit, if you could please tune me into my Pile 3's collective energy and the collective messages on what this person's true intentions are for my Pile 3. What does my Pile 3 need to know about it, and anything that they need to hear in regards to this person and this connection. Also, what is their overall energy towards them? What is the overall energy of the connection? May this part resonate with Pile 3 and give them some clarity and insights to what's going on with that too. Just anything really that they may need. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's start with their overall energy towards you. The first card we have is the 9 of Pentacles. The next one we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Also, we have a lot of Virgo energy coming through. We have the It Gets Better card. And then I just remembered you guys got 2 of these ones. So we have, okay. I think I left them like that on purpose. Okay, so we have, I keep hearing our songs everywhere I go as this one. And then we also have, you're too clingy, I need space in a relationship, but it's kind of coming in reverse. So we'll talk about that in a second here. So that is the cards for their overall energy towards you. Now this is going to be the overall energy of the connection. So the first card we have is the 3 of Swords. We have the Lovers. So we have Gemini energy as well. We have Romance in reverse. And we have Let's Run Away and Elope Together. Okay, this is interesting. I have a couple things I want to talk about their overall energy for. First, before we get into this side here. So they're coming through is, first of all, the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. You know, with this, it gets better. I feel like this person has been really working on themselves. They could be like working on their finances or just trying to get themselves in a better situation. There's times where they feel quite independent, because I'm sensing that there was a time, it may even be recently, and it may even fluctuate actually, where they feel or they have felt quite attached to you. And we can see this in the overall energy of the connection, and we'll talk about that as well. Now, it may look like from afar that they are really just focused on themselves. They're doing their own thing. They're independent. They may not, you may think they may not even be thinking about you. They may not need you and all that, but I can't help but to really notice that it looks like the person, even though they're supposed to be looking at the bird, it looks like they have their direct eye contact on this connection still. So there is something that they still quite get pulled towards. We can see in this, I keep hearing our songs everywhere they go. They do get reminders of you a lot. You may pop into their head. It may quite literally be songs, but I'm sensing that this is an overall energy of like, there's things that remind them of you and of the connection. You're not completely like out of their hearts, out of their minds. Another thing with the Ace of Pentacles too is I think that this person, it feels like right now they may be in a position to where they actually have more to offer you. And so the Three of Swords being in the overall energy of your connection, I would assume that maybe there was some things that had caused a separation, or some things that may have happened between you and them, or just things that had come up for healing, right? And so it kind of feels like right now they feel like they're almost in an energy of like, well, I'm in a better position right now, and I actually can offer pile 3 something more, and they may feel better about themselves than how they did in the past or recent past. And so that kind of makes me think of, they may have something that they want to extend towards you, which could be like a new beginning. It could be an offer. Also, I'm being reminded too, your channeled song, feel free to check that out in the description box if you would like, but your channeled song was Spin About You by Drake and 21 Savage, and Spin About You makes me think of Spin the Block, which makes me think, which means coming back to you, like trying this again. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person does reach out to you, maybe has reached out to you, or will try to within the future, or like near future, depending on its general reading. So take it resonates, or it could just be in their energy, like it's an idea, it's a seed that's planted, right? And they feel like they're more capable now of doing that. Another thing with this, you're too clingy, I need space in the relationship coming in reverse, they could have had like, they could have felt like it was too much too fast, or there could have been like an energy before of like where they kind of wanted to put some space between you and them, just because of maybe like they were feeling very intensely, or like I said, it could have just been too much for them. Maybe they had some like avoidant tendencies that they were kind of dealing with too, and stuff like that. But the fact that it's coming in reverse makes me think of like, they're not really feeling like that anymore. Like they actually like miss you, and they're like, wait, no, I kind of want you to be clingy, or like I want that back. Or maybe they're scared of being too clingy too. At times as well. There's something here about like never mind that, like let's start over, like let's actually not worry about that, because now I feel like I want you. And I can see from the It Gets Better in the Nine of Pentacles that when it comes to this situation, this person at one time was probably not in the best place, and they're slowly but surely starting to get better and stuff. And they're starting to, I hear they're starting to get wiser and see something clearer. And like, this is all that energy, like I said, your channeled song is making me think of, they're probably going to want to reach out, or if there's distance between you, bridge that gap or get closer to you, whatever that may mean. So I think we're going to be using their intentions, this intentions reading to be like what that would be, because instead of like, oh, their intentions is to reach out, like, okay, we already kind of have seen that, like what would their intentions be behind that, if that makes sense. Like if they do, what do they actually want? Okay, so let's talk about the Three of Swords, the Lovers, the romance in reverse, and let's run away and elope together. There's this energy of like, yes, this situation, it hurts with the Three of Swords. Like I said, if you are in a separation, there's this energy of like heartbreak from that and healing, because the Lovers can also represent an intense connection, like a really feeling like this is my person, or there's just a lot of love there, or there was just a lot of there's just a bond there, right? And it can also even be like a spiritual connection too, since we always have that angel as well. And maybe this situation felt more aligned. And you know what's crazy is like, this is, the Lovers is the number 6, and technically it's Archangel Raphael's card, and he does a lot of like heart chakra work. And so with the Three of Swords being the sword right through the heart as well, that could be like that longing, or that could be like that pain that, you know, is coming from the separation here between you and them, if there is a full-on separation. And even with the romance too, this makes me think of this, like, I forgot what that symbol is called, but it's with the healing symbol and stuff. That makes me think of Archangel Raphael too. So for some reason, he's coming through really strong. And with the romance in reverse, it kind of just feels like there's just a want to rekindle in this energy, or there's just... it just feels like the chemistry between you and them was really good. It just feels like there's a love, or even if you guys didn't get to that point, there is a potential for that. And with the romance in reverse, it's kind of just like, I miss that connection. Like, I want to bring that back. Like, I miss the good times, and it's when like we laughed, or I miss those things that made me feel good. And like also with the crying face and like the Three of Swords, it's like, it's probably apparent that both of you guys feel that way, or at least with the connection maybe not being where it is affecting both of you in that way. Like, it, you know, the Three of Swords is like, it hurts, it sucks. I don't want it to be that way. I want it to be in alignment. I want us to be the Lovers. I want us to be connected, and I want it to be harmony and stuff like that. So when it's out of that, when it's out of alignment, when it's not harmonized and things like that, it's like, it's felt, and it's felt very deeply. Now, I want to say that let's run away and elope together, especially right here with the Lovers too. With the overall energy of the connection, I think there's just like a want to like put everything aside. I don't know if, and I'm not saying that this is something that you could actually do or could be 100% possible, which anything could be possible technically, but like, hear me out first. Okay, this is something that I'm feeling like, it's almost like I want to like not worry about any of our responsibilities, anything that had happened, anything that, you know, we think it is, anything that, you know, any red flags or anything that, you know, could potentially like come through and like bog this energy down. Like, it's like, I just want to run away from it all. I just want to forget it all. And I just want to like have the love. Like, I just want to, you know, rekindle this, or I just want to have that bond again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's just forget all of it, even though some of the things may be needed, or some of the things may be important, but it's like, let's just run away from all of it and just do what we want to do, like do our heart's desires, like forget everything. Now, you, like I said, there may be an energy where you're like, okay, that's not the smartest thing to do, or maybe like you should have, but this happened, but that happened, and that's understandable too. But that doesn't mean that you can't like want that in your heart, or that can't mean like that's something that is like desired here, of course, because also there could be an energy of like, when you guys are together, you know, you just want to stay together, like you just want to like literally like just run away from everybody and just start your own like start your own family or something in a cabin in the woods in the middle of nowhere. I'm just saying stuff. But also the Lovers is like the Garden of Eden usually, and so it's kind of like, it could just feel really good when you're together. So when you're apart, it could just really suck at the same time too. But I am feeling like there's almost like of just a want to just like let go of any burdens, any past issues, even any responsibilities, and just do what you feel like you want to do. And that could be a pull towards both of you as well, because I am feeling like, even though this person is in this Nine of Pentacles energy, there's a pull towards you and this connection. There's something here that there is still wanting them, and they feel, like I said, they feel like they're almost in a better position now. So they may be wanting to get closer, readdress things, see what happens. So that's that. That's that energy for now, guys. Now let's go ahead and look at what their intentions are. So hopefully if you're still here and you're gonna move on with me to this part, that means that that part had resonated, at least to the extent to where you're like, yeah, that feels like my situation, or I can recognize it. It's a general reading, so not every detail has to resonate, but for the most part, you know. And I'm just quickly shuffling this, getting this ready, because we will be using this again. But now it's time to see and ask Spirit, what is this person's true intentions with pile 3? What are their intentions with pile 3, Spirit? Sorry, one more shuffle. I'm trying to be fast here. I feel like I'm almost very eager for some reason to see too. So that could be the energy here. Something's very eager to like be seen or to see. Okay, so we have Death in reverse. We also have the Page of Wands in reverse. What is their intention? There's Scorpio energy coming through. What is their intention, Spirit? Oh, that's funny because I got 3 cards with clarifiers for everyone else, and I just heard get 4, and then 2 more came out. So we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. Don't worry about reversals. It's not really that big of a deal. You read them how you read them. Some people, you know what's crazy is I have like readings where I do reversals, and some people hate them, and some people like them. So it's funny. Okay, so clarifying the Death card. So what is their intentions? Clarifying the Death card, we have the 6 of Pentacles. Yep. Clarifying the Page of Wands here. Oops. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. Okay, we'll leave that too because that's something to talk about. Clarifying the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Cups. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I get it. Okay. And clarifying the 8 of Pentacles here. The 7 of Pentacles. Pick up where we left off is what I'm kind of feeling with that. Bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, I feel like one of the things that their intentions are, of course, and this could also be like that spin the block type of energy with the Death in reverse. It's like if there was an ending or if there was a separation or something like that, they're kind of wanting to put an end to that and give you a little bit more of their energy, or maybe they want to test the waters a little bit too, is what I'm hearing with you, to kind of, if they give, to see what they get with the 6 of Pentacles. They could be realizing right now that they do need to be a little bit more generous with their time and their energy. That could have been a problem between you and them, or if that's a problem right now, depending on your situation. But it kind of feels like, yeah, they're like, I have to come out and I have to see, and I need to, whether or not, it's not that they're gonna like, what is it, Spirit? Because I wanted to say breadcrumb, but I don't want to use that because that's not what it feels like. It doesn't feel like a negative term. It's like, I guess Spirit's saying again, just test the water. So I guess maybe I already said that and we're trying to find it. They kind of want to come out of this and test the waters here a little bit with you. Now, the Page of Wands in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles, they could be wondering like when is the right time, or when they actually want to do that, or when they actually want to act on that, because this person could quite literally be very busy. We had the 9 of Pentacles, we had the 8, now we have the 8, and we have the 2 of Pentacles. Like this person could actually have a lot of things like on their plate right now, or have a lot of things going on. And so one of the things that kind of stops them from acting on this impulse, it would really be like, okay, I need to make sure that I actually have the time and the resources available to do this. I don't want to just come out of nowhere and do it and then not be able to like fulfill like what, you know, what I'm trying to do, and like mess it all up again. And so there is a little bit of that. And also they're kind of weighing out exactly what they need, exactly what they want. And maybe this is even like their own kind of like pride and ego. They're kind of weighing out these options. And so it may kind of stop them sometimes from acting on impulse. And they just want to like really make sure. Now, this one's pretty cute too. Oh, this one's pretty cute. We'll talk about it. The Page of Pentacles in reverse with the Page of Cups. Instead of being like so practical about it, or instead of being like, oh, I only need, I need to see what this is first, or I need to have this thing first, or maybe I need to see something from you, like anything like that, they're like, I want to do it on how I feel, not what I think of what it is, not what I feel like it should be. I want to act on like how I feel now with the Page of Cups. And so that's kind of like the energy that they're coming through with. So they may want to address some sort of feelings that they have for you, some sort of emotions here. And with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, it could require a little bit of growth for them to come out of that, and maybe even a little bit of maturity, since we literally have almost like, no, we have all of the pages here. I just realized that. We have the Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and like we have the Page of Swords. So we have all 4 suits of the pages. And I do want to say that pages usually do represent an underdeveloped energy. Like they could be coming through to say like, this could be like their pride coming through to say like, hey, I'm maybe not the best at this. I'm not the best with this kind of stuff. I'm not like, you know, a master at the emotional things. I'm not a master at communication. Like they're kind of coming through humbly to kind of say like, I realize that maybe I could have done something a little bit more mature, or maybe I could have acted differently. And so this could also, yeah, definitely be like, well, I'm willing to look at it though, and I'm willing to grow, and I want to develop here with you. Also, all the pages being here could also, like I said, indicate like something not done yet. Like, I just heard, what the heck? I just heard prophecy not fulfilled. I don't know where that came from, but it's kind of funny. But yeah, I almost feel like excited too. Like the difference between this pile and the other piles is there's like an excitement here. And I also feel like at times this person may usually not think things all the way through. And with this situation, they're trying to be very careful. Like I said, with the Page of Wands in reverse and the Two of Pentacles, they're really trying to not just act on impulse. Like they really have thought about this. They really have weighed it out. They may be even trying to like move things around like in their schedule for this and stuff for you. And even with the Page of Pentacles here, they're like, it may not seem logical sometimes, but it's what I feel. It's what I want to do. And it may even be out of character for them. Another thing with the 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, where that unfinished business was, or where there were those questions of like, is this worth the effort? Is this situation worth putting in time and effort for something long term? The 8 of Pentacles clarifies that, because the 8 of Pentacles is quite literally the card of putting in work, putting in effort, wanting to grow together, like wanting to develop. And like, even though we have all these pages, they're like, I still want to develop this situation. I still want to move it forward. I want to maybe see where it goes and stuff, because the 7 of Pentacles is that energy right before where you're kind of questioning it and stuff. And so it kind of feels like they have decided. So it kind of feels like their intentions here to move forward with you. Their intentions here are to not end things, to want to give something and to just kind of see where it goes. The interesting enough thing though is the only thing that would be holding them back here would be this 4 of Pentacles, which is kind of staying in that safe zone, kind of staying in that comfort zone, or protecting, like maybe that's their ego or the things that they, something like here of like holding on to something really tightly, that to where like you're not moving. And this could be something that they're working through. I'm really drawn to the Sun here actually underneath. And this could also be like they want to hold on to you. Like they may find you to be very precious or something worth value, and they kind of want to hold on to it. We saw that in their energy of the Ace of Pentacles, like letting go of one of those hands and offering something in your direction. So, their intentions are to see where this goes long term. They're like, I want to make it work. Okay. I've been holding on to this for way too long. So we have the 6 of Cups and the Page of Swords. there's something here about what they've been feeling and feelings coming up that they really want to address with you. The Page of Swords often comes out when we have things that we want to say. They may want to tell you that they miss you. They may want to tell you how they've been feeling or just how they feel about you, because the Six of Cups could also be like a very precious, like soulmate type of energy, you know, and also like working together, and it's just a very sweet energy, but it's also very nostalgic. So they could be thinking about past situations. This could be something that's on their mind, and to where they kind of feel this urge to, again, address it with you. Oh, I have another deck we're going to use as well, which, oh, you know what's interesting is that, oh my gosh, right when I cut the deck, we have confession. Someone has something to tell you. What's interesting though is that everything about the way that I've been doing this reading has been different from all of the other piles. And so this makes me think of their intentions of doing something differently, whether that's doing something differently from in the past, like past relationships, or doing something differently than like how you guys went about it before, if that makes sense. Because everything here, it's not going to plan, but it's going the way that it's meant to be going, and it's different for a reason, but it's working out that way. And so I do think that that's apparent to this energy too. It's like something that feels different. Oh, and I want to say too that the eyes in this deck are very telling. So they could be focused on other things, but they're constantly looking back at the Six of Pentacles energy of like wanting to still give something here to you, wanting to still offer something, or just come out of, maybe even come out of like the Death card, they come out of hiding, or come out of like if it was a no contact situation or whatever it is with you, depending on your situation. Like I said, always take what resonates, guys. But they're like still looking at that, which is so funny because we were seeing that in their energy too, of like, I'm focused on myself, I got things going, but they're looking at the connection still got an eye on it. Okay, so we have connection at the bottom of the deck too. So what is their intentions here, Spirit, with someone's got their we just said that, wait a second, we were just talking about the eyes and like looking, wait, that's actually kind of crazy. Of like, and we were literally just talking about the eyes being on the connection. It literally says someone's got their eye on you and you are doing their research. So their intention is to know what the heck you're doing, and they want to see what's going on with you. They want to see where your head's at, and they kind of want, like I said, they want to address something with you. So this is definitely their intentions in regards to that. That is so funny, and that's definitely confirmation from Spirit for sure. Of like, if you were doubting that like, okay, like you may think like, oh, this person's not even worried about me, or they're not even interested, or like, yeah, like that's just what the tarot reading on YouTube says. Then like there's the confirmation that Spirit's like, no, they do. And that's so crazy how like I was like, the eyes are very telling in this deck to what their actual motives are, of like, they may look like they're uninterested, or they may look like they're focused on themselves, but they're still wondering what you're doing. Okay, what is their intentions, Spirit, here with pile 3? Okay, we have air signs, so Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Definitely like to reach out, to speak to you. The air signs are thoughts. In the tarot, they're the suit of swords, so they're like our communication. They're definitely like our thoughts, our words, and things like that. And so this could also be confirmation for you guys as well, if you are dealing with an air sign, or maybe the other signs. But for the most part, I think that their intentions are to learn something about you, to see something about you, and also to tell you things, like all of the above. Bottom of the deck, we also have intimacy. So we have sexual chemistry, reminiscing. You know, they may want to be more intimate with you, and they may just have a really strong attraction too. So, and you know, they may actually, one of their intentions are made to hook up with you, if that's something that, you know, you'd be willing to do, or you're open to as well. And they could just be really I just looked at this from the bottom of the deck, and it's just funny. There's so many synchronicities in this reading of like extra confirmation. It's so funny. But yeah, they could just want to hook up too. Like, not saying that that's their only thing, but they could just, could be something else. I wouldn't put it past it with the intimacy card showing. And it you know, it doesn't have to be like they just want you for your body and stuff. It could also be like they want to get closer with you, if they feel like there's distance and stuff, because intimacy could also be, we have water sign under here too, which in tarot rules emotion. So they may want to be, you know, more emotionally intimate at the same time too. But guys, look at this. It literally says at the bottom of the deck, which we just shuffled it. You just watched me shuffle it earlier and then put it back at the bottom of the deck. Energy says, I'm going to reach out to you soon. We've been getting that message a lot. Okay. So Spirit, what else can you tell us about this person's intentions towards pile 3? We have I am jealous and possessive. Somebody wants your time. They want your time and your energy. What can you tell us about this person's intentions? So we have I'm scared of falling in love. Let's get one more. What is their intentions? We have I get lost in you. Bottom of the deck, we have I know they're talking about us. Don't worry about them. Focus on me and you. I really feel like that focus on me and you is like something that they're wanting to do. They're wanting to focus on you and them. Regardless of what this means, this could be specific for some of you, but I really feel like they're like, okay, I got it. There's all this other stuff going on, but I really just want to focus right now on me and you. I want to know where your head's at. I want to know what it's going to be. They have information questions they want to ask and all of that stuff. It's very interesting. But I do think that this is telling they have their own hesitations, of course. They may have fears that come up in regards to this situation. I'm hearing that this is ego. It could have gotten in the way before, but it could also be getting in the way of like them fully expressing themselves, which is why there's an emphasis again on I want to test the waters. I don't want to dive in too fast. I don't want to rush in too fast. That could be very scary and things like that. I want to just see what's happening. I want to see where it goes. I want to get more comfortable. I want to kind of, you know, before we get any further. But with this I'm jealous and possessive, I just can't help but to think like this person's like, I want you all to myself. And also I get lost in you as well. There's like a dual meaning to this. One of the things is that I'm gonna say the spiritual aspects of it is of I get lost in you is that there's like lost parts of you and them that you may rediscover, you know, together within yourself. But also this kind of makes me think of too of that energy of like, let's run away and elope together. Like sometimes I just want to get lost in the sauce of you, pile 3, so to speak. Like you just help me forget my problems, you help me forget my worries, and I just want to like completely like engulf. But also that's very scary because we have this one too. Interesting. So this person's intentions are to see where you're at, see what you're doing, get closer to you. They definitely have been thinking about you, have their eye on you, and they want to address some things with you. But I do think that they want something long-term here with the 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. They're not trying to just come through and to say, oh, hey, what are you doing? Let's hook up and then I'm out. With the 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, they're like, okay, I want to make this work. I want to put in the effort here this time. I want to give you something that you need, but I want to make sure that I get it back too, because I don't want to like, you know, come in hot and be all and look stupid and, you know, and stuff like that. And so there's all of that. Okay. You were there for the reading. I don't need to keep going. Okay. I want to get a little bit of information for you, though. What's a little piece of advice for you to take with you? Spirit, what does pile 3 need to know about this situation? What's the advice here for pile 3? Oh, we have parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. What's that about? Oh. Okay. Family matters. Let's see. This is kind of a lot, so let's see. I think that with this parrot card, we're gonna go over this. But with this Parrot card, I think that this is just for you to use your discernment when it comes to what information you want to give and things like that. You don't have to be like out and open and vulnerable all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to overshare like yet as well. I feel like this is about you also checking in with yourself, using your discernment when it comes to this situation. You don't have to say anything you don't want to say. And also, you can say things that sound good to you. Like, it's your life and it's your personal experiences, and you share as much as you want to share and don't share as much as you don't want to share. You get what I'm saying? So check in with yourself too when it comes to how you feel about this situation and what you want, and maybe even things like that. We also have Apple, temptation will test you. I'm hearing this may be with this intimacy. I'm not saying that intimacy or sex in any way is a bad thing. In fact, I think that it's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful way to express yourself and express your love, and I think that there is a stigma of shame around that. But also, you may be very tempted, like the way that you feel about this person, if there's a strong like attraction and things like that, it could stop certain things. Like, if you feel like you want to take it slow, if you feel like you want to make sure that you're safe and you're sound and all of these things, you know, just again, like having a sense of like self-discipline when it comes to that. And it's also so you can see clearly too. Sometimes when we rush into things, or we rush in too fast and too much, or we're not like it's like basically like it can cloud our vision a little bit. So just make sure that you're aware of that as well too. We also have Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. We have Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. We have Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing life to ramble aimlessly. And then we have Skull, which hidden secrets can harm you. This came in reverse, and so did the Parrot. I noticed that, and my intuition noticed that. So these are kind of in reverse here too. That makes me think of, you're able to trust yourself a lot more than sometimes it may seem. You're able to read people's intentions pretty well. Now, when you're in a separation with somebody or you're not talking to them, of course it can get quite confusing. Of course your feelings can get involved and things like that. And I think that that's kind of one of the messages too about like rushing into like the intimacy and things like that. Like, when you do that, it can cloud this. So just make sure that you're seeing it clearly. You're doing what's best for you, putting yourself first. Regardless of the situation, we have the Bridge. So like, you know, if you want to reconnect, if you want to like build that bridge, you can as well. Pay attention to like how they act. This always makes me think of Aries energy, but sometimes, you know, we can be our own worst enemy, and sometimes there are people that aren't willing to cooperate with us too. There's something here about compatibility in that sense as well. If you feel like somebody's pushing your buttons too much, like, or this situation is pushing you too fast, like, speak on your needs. And with the yeah, don't let anyone force you or make you do anything that you don't want to do, period. Stand in your power on that. That's like one of the things too. And with this indecisive, allowing yourself to ramble aimlessly, there's something about your inner power and being able to make your own decisions for you. Like, you decide at the end of the day too, regardless. You don't always have to wait on another person to say, hey, I want to be with you, or hey, I want to make this work. Like, you decide what it is for you. So when this person comes back, or if they come back and like maybe it seems a little bit confusing and stuff like that, if you make your intentions clear, your motives clear, this is what I want. And sometimes we're scared to do that, right? Because we feel like we're almost giving a person an ultimatum, and it's not that exactly, but we're kind of scared that they're going to say, oh, okay, well, that's not what I want, and like leave and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you would be doing a disservice for yourself by not doing that, if that makes sense. Like, you sharing your needs, being upfront, saying what you want, saying what you don't want, and if that scares another person away, then that just means that they weren't your person. You know, your person is going to respect your boundaries. Your person is going to respect your needs, respect your wants, and want to do it in a way that it feels comfortable for you. So even if this is in regards to your own expectations too. Yeah. Oh, and I also at the bottom too, I forgot. It says the most difficult part of a situation is over, and with the seahorse it says family matters here. You could have done a lot of healing, like especially in regards to like ancestral stuff or like family healing and stuff like that, and it kind of feels like you've gained this strength and this courage to where things in situations are going to be a hell of a lot easier for you. The rainbow is a great sign of things kind of coming together, working out in your favor. Like after the dark stormy rain, there is the rainbow and stuff like that. So it kind of feels like this time is going to be different, and it may not even be about like what the outcome is going to be. It's you're different this time. You're stronger this time. You're wiser. You're more stable. You're more independent. You know what I'm saying? And so it does feel like it's not going to be what it was before, because you are stronger. You are better. You've overcome. You're in a different position now too. And I love that for you. Okay. All right, guys, I think that's it. I am going to let this reading go. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like, I'm just scanning this to see if any messages want to come out like last minute. I heard do what you want to do at the end of the day, and don't worry too much about what you think it's going to be or what it's supposed to be or what you're supposed to do. Allow yourself to act naturally, because you have a strong sense of discernment here with this. And you're able to weed out certain situations. And if it doesn't feel right, then it doesn't feel right. If it feels right, then it feels right. But at the end of the day, that decision comes down to you to decide. And that's where your personal power is too, baby. You got it. So I'm going to leave it at that note. I think that's a good time to venture on. Thank you so much for being here, Pile 3. Thank you so much for listening to the readings and allowing me to read for you. Thank you to those who support the channel, who like the videos, comment, subscribe, all of that. Anything that really just shows any sort of support or helps the channel. I'm so grateful for all of it and every single one of you. So again, I just like to show my appreciation, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next reading, hopefully. So like I said, hopefully I'll see you there, or check out some of the Timeless Tarot content I already have posted, and maybe I'll see you there. But either way, I can't wait. Bye.